Example number 5. I'm going to find the derivative of y with respect to x if y equals, in parentheses, 2x squared minus 4x plus 4 times e to the negative 8x. So here we have a product rule because this is our first function and this is our second function. And we know that because this has a function of x and this is a function of x. So remember, the product rule says that y prime is first times the second prime plus the second times the first prime. And since it's addition, the order really doesn't matter. So I'm going to go ahead and declare my first function is the polynomial 2x squared minus 4x plus 4. So the derivative of that is 4x minus 4. My second function is e to the negative 8x. So the derivative of the second function is negative 8 e to the negative 8x. That's the function e to the negative 8x times the derivative of the exponent negative 8, which I put in the front. So my dy dx, or y prime, is the first, that's that whole polynomial, times the derivative of the second, that's the negative 8 e to the negative 8x, plus the second, e to the negative 8x, times the derivative of the first, 4x minus 4. So I'm going to go ahead and factor out this e to the negative 8x. It's a factor. It's being multiplied in both of these. So I'm just going to get it out of the way. E to the negative 8x, and it's going to leave me, now here, we got to be careful. We've got a negative 8 times all of this. So I'm going to go ahead and move this negative 8 into all of these terms. So negative 16x squared plus 32x minus 32, and then plus, and I've got the 4x minus 4 left here because the whole e to the negative 8x came out. So now I'm going to simplify inside these parentheses and I should be done. I only have the one square term, negative 16x squared. 32 and 4 is plus 36x. Minus 32 minus 4 is minus 36. And those do have a common factor of 4. So I could bring out a 4 from all of these terms. So I'll bring out a 4e negative 8x. It's going to give me negative 4x squared, a plus 9x, and a minus 9. And I could also, if I wanted to, I could bring the negative out with that GCF that's in the front. So an alternate answer that's just as good would be negative 4 e to the negative 8x, and then these would be 4x squared minus 9x plus 9. And either one of these would be fine as our final answer. Example 6. Find the derivative of the following function. Y equals negative 8e to the 7x divided by 9x minus 2. Here we have a quotient. That's a division, and we have to follow the quotient rule. The quotient rule says denominator, derivative of the numerator, minus numerator, derivative of the denominator, over original denominator squared. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put 9x minus 2 squared down here in my denominator, because I know that in my derivative, dy dx, I'm going to have 9x minus 2 squared in my denominator. Now my numerator, negative 8e to the 7x, has a derivative, negative 8e to the 7x times 7, so negative 56 e to the 7x. My denominator, 9x minus 2, has a derivative of just 9. So I start with my denominator, which has multiple terms, so I need parentheses. Derivative of the numerator, the parentheses mean multiplication, so it doesn't look like subtraction, minus the numerator, negative 8e to the 7x, derivative of the denominator, which is a 9. So I'm going to try to clean this up just a little bit. I'm going to put the negative 56 e to the 7x in the front of the 9x minus 2. Here I'm going to pay attention to a minus and a minus, make a plus, and 8 times 9 is a 72, e to the 7x. All of that is over 9x minus 2 quantity squared. Now I'm looking at my numerator, and I'm seeing 56, 72, and e to the 7x. I can leave the number within and go ahead and bring out the e to the 7x if I wanted to. Or I could take that number out. What 56 and 72 have in common is 8. So I'm going to bring out a negative 8 and an e to the 7x. It's going to leave me with a 7 times 9x minus 2. And then I'm going to need a minus 9 there. And all of that is over 9x minus 2 quantity squared. So within my parentheses, 63x minus 14 minus 9 over 9x minus 2 squared. And finally, I can combine my like terms. On the inside of the parentheses, 63x minus 23 all over 9x minus 2 quantity squared.